So when you're selling your property, the question is whether to stage it or not stage it. When we started, we were doing deals we were hoping, and we ended up making $30,000, $40,000. And we thought we should stage, right? Because on HGTV, they staged everything, right? Tarek and Christina from Flip or Flop staged everything, so we called some stagers. So we spoke to some stagers out in the Hamptons, and these guys were like $8,000 to $10,000 to stage. They staged every room. They were dealing with huge houses. They didn't even understand the concept of a 1,100 square foot cape in Elmont or Valley Stream, and they didn't work. We spoke to other stagers who never gave us a number. Well, it depends on the rental, it depends on the size. Luckily, we found some stagers at a RIA, right, a Real Estate Investors Association, and we're going to have a whole series on RIAs later. Um, and they were reasonable, right? They were $2,000, $3,000, and that was with furniture rental, had a minimum of 3 months, and if we sold it quickly, we used it on another property, and we did a bunch of times. So we staged. So the question is, when should you stage and when should you not stage? So there's, I think, two main factors. The first is, are your competitors staging, right? You have to look in your area at what other rehabbers, flippers are doing, and if they're staging, you might want to think about staging, even if it bites, even if the price is a little more than you expected. That's number one. The second is the actual property. So we did a deal, a great deal we had in Franklin Square. We sold the property for $700,000, and everything was huge about it. Every room was tremendous. Every bedroom was big. The living room was huge. The den was huge. Dining area was huge. We didn't stage that house, and we didn't need to. If you have a smaller house, some of the rooms are small, right? Especially bedrooms. You should seriously consider staging. Maybe even buying some furniture like we buy from Frontgate these continuous flow air mattresses, which we leave in there. If someone sees a small room, they're going to envision the fact that they can't fit any of their furniture in there, or that someone couldn't be comfortable in there. If you put a twin bed and a night table and a dresser in there, and then they see, oh, it's not so bad, that changes their perception of it. So if you have an open concept first floor, right, your living, dining, and kitchen area are all open, and people don't see the spaces as defined, you may want to get a table and put it in there so people can see where they're going to eat. Get a couch or stage a couch and a love seat and a coffee table and a fake TV on there. People sort of need to see how they're going to live there. People buy emotionally. So again, if the area is huge and no one has to think about whether the furniture is going to fit there or how they're going to survive there, it's less important that you stage. But if your areas are small or undefined, then you want to define them with furniture, or you want to show people how even a small bedroom can still work, or how a small, sometimes where you're going to eat off the kitchen is not so simple. So you put in a small table there with 4 chairs, and someone says, okay, that's perfect. Where they wouldn't have envisioned that beforehand. Where it looks like it's part of the kitchen or part of the living room, right? We did that in a house in South Florida Park where we ended up with a weird space for any kind of table. So we found a round table that fit that space great, and we put a fixture right above it, and we put 4 chairs there, and it sold quickly. But without it, I think someone would have said, "Where's the dining room? You know, where are we going to eat? What's going to happen? I'm never going to have any place to eat here. I'm going to have to eat in my living room." If people don't understand where they're going to live and how they're going to function there, staging is really important. But if your rooms are tremendous and everything is easily defined, right? This is the dining room, this is the living room, and it's clear where you're going to put a television and where you're going to put all the furniture, and your competitors aren't staging. I don't think it's important. But if your space is either has small areas, small rooms, or undefined rooms, then staging becomes a huge factor in helping you sell the property.